Okay, alright, so I'm just sitting here. So this whole day starts off. Sitting here, playing my Skyrim, we listen to some music, normal gamer stuff. Um, and then my jaw drops today when I see headline news. Robert Kraft is named in a prostitution ring. It all makes sense, man. You can't make this shit up. It's too funny, man. You got Tom Brady out here deflating balls. Bill Belichick with his spy agency. Now you have freaking Robert Kraft and his prostitution ring. Oh man. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Man, who's next? Man, who's next? I mean, you got Aaron Hernandez out here murdering people. Oh my god. Okay, I'm sorry. Man, that's not funny. Oh man. What's next? Josh McDaniels is a secret fucking drug kingpin or something? You know what I mean? Like, who's next, man? I swear to God, who's next? Actually, be on low key for that Josh McDaniels shit, man. He really might be hiding something, man. Everybody with the big name in the Patriots organization is hiding something. They always are. So that's what this has taught me today. But all right, man. Let's just get into meat and potatoes. Prostitution, man. I mean, that's pretty big. Like, apparently, this is all like some sort of sex trafficking, and you got some people saying, "Oh, it's not a big deal. He just got his dick sucked. Why is it?" But I think those people that are saying that, they don't really realize the situation. That it's not really the whole. It's not that he got his dick sucked. It's that he participated in a prostitution sting. All right, that's the issue. All right. Like an illegal one at that. I mean, prostitution isn't legal as it is, but like this is like sex trafficking apparently. Like people, brought these people in from a different country, and like told them, "Oh, we're going here." Well, nope, they go here, and they're being basically held there against their will, and so it's a very very interesting situation. That doesn't even mean Mr. Kraft even knew or was a part by a part I mean of a part of the like whole bringing the people from a different country in. But the reason he's being investigated, at the very least investigated, is because of the situation that it was in. All right, it wasn't that he just was rolling on the street and like picked up a girl sitting on the corner and got his dick sucked for a minute, and then everybody's now blasting him for it. No, that's not what this is. So for those people that sit there and say that, you have to look at the details first. And as I always say, before you get on the internet and just start spouting off shit, like you gotta look at the details. Like I looked at every possible detail I could of this case before I randomly just got on here, because I didn't really know exactly what it was. Is it just that he kind of was, he picked up a prostitute and got caught, or was it that this was sex trafficking or something like that? Because I was like, it has to be bigger than just he picked up a prostitute and got caught. This has to be something like major. Like, oh, that could lead to an arrest kind of deal. Like a legit fucking arrest. Because obviously you get caught up in any sex trafficking thing and you might be sitting in jail for the next 20, 30 years. So this has to be something major, especially for them to even want to issue a warrant. Like, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, eh. But hey, man, Tom Brady, man, you better hope your wife don't start asking any questions like, "Hey, weren't you best buddies with this guy? Weren't you on his private plane?" And I don't know. I mean, I doubt Robert Kraft's gonna be in any trouble over this. I can't see it. I honestly to God can't see it. I mean, if he is, that's groundbreaking. That's going to change the NFL. Imagine if Robert Cadell, Yeah, basically, that wouldn't surprise me if Robert Kraft and Roger Goodell are in some sort of secret cahoots, man. I'm just kidding, but uh, you know, it wouldn't surprise me if Roger Goodell decided to be all like, you know what? Fuck you, Robert Kraft. I'm gonna fire you. You violated some sort of this conduct code of the league that no one has ever heard of before, and pretty much decides that Robert Kraft must step away from the league. Can you imagine what will happen? Or even if he just goes to jail, because if he goes to jail, obviously he has to step away from the league anyways. Can you imagine? I mean, I guess the Patriots will still be fine because they still have Bill Belichick, but you know what I mean. It's the trio, all right. It's not the duo of Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. Robert Kraft has played his role. Who do you think is the guy who went out and like wanted Tom Brady, man? So if Robert Kraft is gone, let's say hypothetically that happens. I'm not saying that the Patriots will have a bad season next season because I doubt it. I doubt that. I'm thinking long term, all right? I'm not thinking of right now. I'm thinking long term if Robert Kraft was to somehow be gone at the start of next season. And he's not coming back, obviously. Like, he's just gone and he can't come back. Man, the Patriots owner will have some serious shit. The new owner would have some serious shit to handle. Because I'm ready. Don't worry. I'm making a Brady on Tom Brady. I'm making a video on Tom Brady's ass, man, on why I think this is his last season. I don't give a fuck. He's not winning 7 Super Bowls. He'll be glad that he has his 6. Whatever, man. Fuck it. But that's about it. He ain't getting 7, and I'm gonna make a video on why. I'm gonna make a video on why this is his last year, and if not, Father Time gonna be coming for his ass like he did for Peyton Manning. You don't want Father Time. See, right now, Father Time's on Tom Brady's door. All right, Tom Brady has sucked the past. Well, I don't want to say sucked. That's not a good word for it. He's been mediocre for the past couple of seasons. All right, last season I think was his very last good season. He didn't even have a great season. Carson Wentz had a way better season than him. But the only reason Brady got MVP last season was because it's Tom Brady. Otherwise, Carson Wentz easily had better stats. Carson Wentz had a way better season than he did and should have won MVP. But, and then the Super Bowl was I think that was Tom Brady's last good showing. Not this Super Bowl. Like, he obviously looked like shit during this Super Bowl. But I'm saying the Super Bowl last year when he threw 500 yards. And that's the game that I'll always remember. And I'll say, see, without Bill Belichick having a great defense, Tom Brady ain't winning all these fucking games. Because you got all these people saying, oh, well, with Aaron Rodgers or Drew Brees or whatever, when they had bad defenses, and people would be like, well, you see, Tom Brady would have won that game. And I always look to the Super Bowl as the best example between the Super Bowl and the Patriots. I go you see, guess what? If Tom Brady don't have no great defense, he's no better than Aaron Rodgers. He's no better than Drew Brees. If Bill Belichick's defense ain't doing their job, he's going to be just like Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning. He's going to throw for a gazillion fucking bunch of yards, but at the end of the day, his defense will keep fucking up, and it will cost him. And I'll always look to that Patriots and Eagles Super Bowl, because at the end of the day, when Tom Brady needed his defense to step the fuck up when they took the lead, they didn't step the fuck up. They just let the Eagles march down, take 7 minutes off the clock, and score. And then Tom Brady had to try and bail him out again. And, just like what will happen to Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees, the other defense will step up, get the turnover. And guess what happens? He lost. He lost. So I'll always remember that. Because for people that always tell me, oh, yeah, well, Tom Brady would have won that game. Oh, he would have found a way. No. He didn't find a way. He never has. When he's had a great defense, of course, it's easy to find a way. Look at this year's Super Bowl for an example. Either the Patriots or the Rams, it was really whoever could score a touchdown first was going to win that game. And Tom Brady did do his touchdown first. And I think that, that sometimes the ball flips your way. But for all those people who always say that, Tom Brady would have won that game, he would have won that game. No. Well, look at that Super Bowl. Look at the Super Bowl against the Eagles. His defense wasn't there. Was not there at all. He didn't win that game. What happened? I thought Tom Brady would have won that game. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, because that's how I put it. Like, he is no better than Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, or Peyton Manning, or any of these other quarterbacks that throw for a gazillion bunch of yards but have bad defenses and don't really win more than 2 Super Bowls at max. He is no better than any of them. I don't care what you say. He's no better than them. He's not really worse than them either, but he's no better than them. Anyway, yeah, man, though. I don't know. Robert Kraft, he just... I don't really know. I don't really know what to make out of the situation. It's hard to say because it's so early. You know, it's only been an hour since this whole thing even went down. But the way I see it, I think Robert Kraft is going to be fine. If he isn't, I could see a scenario where if there's truly evidence that he was a part of all this and all that shit, then I don't think I don't think there's enough money in the world to save him. Because people will be up in arms if this motherfucker got away with it. If there was evidence all over the table, and you made a federal investigation on this motherfucker, and he was proven guilty, and all of a sudden though, like, because he's a household name in sports, and this motherfucker got away with it, all the country would be up in arms. People would be like, what the fuck? And, people would obviously quit watching football because they'd be disgusted. Like, you'll have people that never want to watch the NFL again. And just, it just would not be a good time if there was, like, all this evidence that he was a part of this and bringing, like, sex trafficking and all that. And he just gets away with it because, he's a big name in sports. People will be like, okay, well, yeah, fuck that, man. Like, the country would just be up in arms. It would not be a fun time. Because that would basically just prove that if you're rich, you can literally do whatever the fuck you want. I mean, we already have that issue where if you are rich, you can just literally do whatever the fuck you want, but that would just set it in stone, all right? And, there would be no coming back if this guy but there has to be so much evidence that you could do that, like arrest him and take him away. I don't think that's going to happen to him, but if it does, I could see it, because we don't know all the details just yet. We only know small bits of it. And we don't know Robert Kraft's involvement himself. He's not come out and said anything. So you got to keep in mind, while, right now I don't see a scenario where he's going to be in trouble for any of this, you have to keep in mind that it's a possibility, because it's only been an hour since the investigation even came public, like to the world. So anything can change. Robert Kraft may really have been involved in all this shit. Like, he was involved, but like, he may have really been the one sex trafficking people and stuff. He may have really been doing a lot of more than what we just thought. Then, he just went in there and got his dick sucked and left. He may have been doing a lot more than that, and we'll see in the coming days, obviously, because this is not going to be something that's going to die down in like 3 minutes. It's going to stay for a while. And I'm never going to stop talking about this to my Patriots fans that are my friends, man. I'm going to always bring this up, man. This is just hilarious, all right? But I also do see people saying Roger Goodell is the one who set all this in motion. Listen, man, all right? I know you want to think that it's Roger Goodell, but at a certain point, this isn't really funny. Okay, it's funny to me just because, like, I'm imagining Robert Kraft just rolling around in some fancy fucking limousine, picking up hoes and, getting his dick sucked. All right, that part is funny. But at a certain point, like, you have to look at the truth. And obviously, Roger Goodell has nothing to do with this. I'm sorry if you really hate Roger Goodell. I don't even like Roger Goodell. I don't like him either. But, like, at a certain point, there's a difference between literally looking into an investigation of, like, legit, like, fucking prostitution, sex trafficking, versus thinking, it's all fun and it's all smoke and mirrors. Because at that point, you sound like an Alex Jones kind of conspiracy theorist. At a certain point, you have to really start looking at reality. And, like, obviously, Roger Goodell had nothing to do with this. Maybe he did. Maybe he was also getting his dick sucked in there, too. We never know. But, You never know. I mean, I think Roger Goodell has them Secret Service agents probably like silencing all of it, silencing all the evidence. You know, probably burning tapes and shit. No, I'm kidding. But anyway, I'm gonna give this video a rest. I'll definitely report on this more in the future if more stuff comes out. But so far, I don't think anything's really gonna come out of it. Besides, you know, maybe he might have to pay some fines. But I don't see him getting charged with anything because I don't think he did anything truly that offensive. I think all they can get him with is just prostitution, and that's about it. But hey, some people, you know, they've been in prostitution, right? Some people, and they got fucking, they got 30 years in jail just for the prostitution, just for being a part of all the shit. They never even did anything. They didn't know this was some sort of sex trafficking ring. They thought this was just a prostitution thing, and they walked in there and they walked out, you know, happy as can be, got their dick sucked, whatever. And then they fucking wound up in a fucking sex trafficking scandal, and they're like, what the fuck, I didn't even know shit was going down, and they got 30 years just because they were there, man. So you gotta really think about this, and it could really be a big thing that doesn't just blow over. These things aren't taken lightly by the law, unfortunately. Well, fortunately, I should say. But yeah, that's it.